Hi students, this note is on 11-3, multiplication and division equations. It's a one-step equation by multiplying or dividing. The way you solve these problems is exactly the same as solving one-step equations by addition and subtraction. The method is the same. It's just that now the given problem is going to have a multiplication. Then you would solve by dividing the number on both sides of the equation. Or if the original problem has division, then you're going to multiply on both sides of the equation. Okay, so it's just page 19, very simple. Let's go ahead and start. Okay, sorry. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is using division to solve equations. So when an equation contains multiplication, solve by dividing both sides of the equation by the same number. So if the original problem contains multiplication along with the variable, you're going to solve by doing the opposite operation, which is dividing both sides of the equation. And I'm going to model that in just a minute, okay? But I just want to give you a big picture. So then after that, we're going to talk about using multiplication to solve equations. And in this case, an equation is going to contain division in the original problem along with the variable, and you're going to solve by multiplying both sides of the equation by the same number. So original problem will have division, and you're going to solve it by doing the opposite operation, which is multiplying both sides of the equation. So I'm going to start first with the top using division to solve equation, and then I will go to the bottom and then do the other part, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the first example. It says solve each equation, graph the solution on a number line. So I have 9a equals 54. I'm going to first write the original problem, which is 9a equals 54. We know that 9a means 9 times a, okay? So let's go ahead and follow the exact same procedure as how we did on our previous lesson. So first I wrote the original problem. Now I'm going to draw the line, box my variable. So then the number that I want to get rid of is 9. Remember, I always want to get rid of the number that's on the same side as the variable, in this case, the 9, okay? By doing the opposite operation on both sides. Now, what is the original operation? The original operation is 9 times 8. So it's times 9. That's the original operation. So since the original operation is multiplication, opposite of that would be to divide. But we are not going to use this division symbol. I'm going to show you a new symbol that I would like for you to use, and that is using the fraction line. Remember how we said in 6th grade, we're going to try to use more fraction to show division. So instead of writing divided by 9 and divided by 9, we're gonna do fraction divided by 9 and do the same thing on the other side. Divide by 9. Okay, now what happens when you divide 9 by 9? It reduces to 1a, right? 9 divided by 9 is 1, which means it is 1a, or simply it is a. Okay, so then what is my answer? A equals 54 divided by 9 is 6. And you're going to box that answer. Now, think about it. 9 times what gives you 54? 9 times 6 gives you 54. So you know that that's the correct answer. Now, to graph the solution, I am going to have 6 in the middle, couple numbers to your right, couple numbers to your left, and do a closed circle right on that number line, like that. All right, let's move on to the next one. 18 equals 6 times D. So first I'm going to copy down the original problem. 18 equals 6 times D. I already know the answer is going to be 3, but how am I going to demonstrate that? Okay, draw the line, box the variable. The number you want to get rid of to isolate the variable is the 6. Now, this is 6 times D, so you're going to do the opposite operation, which is divide by 6, and you do the same thing on the other side. They cross out, okay? They actually simplify to 1D or simply D, okay? So let's solve it. 18 divided by 6 is 3 equals D, and that's the answer. D equals 3 or 3 equals D. Graphing the solution, I'm going to have 3 in the middle, couple numbers to my right, couple of numbers to my left, and do a closed circle on 3, like that. Let's look at another one. 3 times x equals 21. Solve the equation and graph the solution on a number line. So 3 times x equals 21. Draw the line, box the variable. This is 3 times x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Cross this out. So x equals 21 divided by 3 is 7. So x is equal to 7. I am going to go right here, and right on 7, I'm going to do a closed circle. Okay. All right, if you take a look, all 3 problems are very similar. Just the way you solve it is the same. You draw the line to show your left side and right side of the equation. You're dividing up the equation to separate parts. Box the variable, and then perform the opposite operation on both sides. In this case, they're both, your opposite operation is to divide, okay? And then you find the answer. All right, so using similar strategies, we're gonna now use multiplication to solve equations. So when an original problem contains division, see how this fraction means division, you're gonna solve it by multiplying both sides of the equation by the same number, okay? So let's take a look here. X divided by 5 equals 10. First, I'm going to write the problem. X divided by 5 equals 10. Let's do this. Draw the line, box a variable. So since this operation is x divided by 5, opposite of dividing by 5 is to multiply by 5. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. Now, the way I'm going to show multiplication is this. I'm going to put, and I don't care whether you put it to the left or right side, doesn't matter. But I'm going to write times 5 like that. And then on the other side, perhaps something like this, times 5. So I am multiplying by 5 on both sides. Okay, cross this out, 5 divided by 5. Just like above, where 3 divided by 3 would give you a 1, it's the same idea. 5 divided by 5 also gives you 1x. So you have x equals 10 times 5 is 50. So the answer is 50. Now think about it. What divided by 5 would give you 10? Well, 50 divided by 5 would give you 10. To graph the solution, since the answer is 50, I'm going to write 50 here. I can do 51, 52, 49, 48, and right on 50, do a closed circle. Okay, next one. 15 equals r divided by 2. 15 equals r divided by 2. Draw the line, box the variable. Now, to get rid of this 2, since this is r divided by 2, you're going to multiply by 2. and also multiply by 2 here. My 2 and 2 will cross out. So when you solve, 2 times 15 is 30 equals, and then you have R left. So the answer is 30 equals R, or R equals 30. Okay, to graph this solution, draw number line. Your answer is 30, so 30 in the middle, a couple of numbers to my right and to my left, and do a closed circle on 30. Last problem. Solve the equation y divided by 9 equals 1. Graph the solution on a number line. So y divided by 9 is equal to 1. Draw the line, box the variable. Since the number you want to get rid of is 9, and this operation is divided by 9, you're gonna multiply by 9 on both sides. Multiply by 9, multiply by 9. Well, 9 over 9, 9 divided by 9 is 1. So you have y, or 1y, is equal to 1 times 9 is 9. Here's the answer. And then to graph the solution, you just do a closed circle right on 9. Okay, and that's a lesson 4, one-step equations by multiplying and dividing. All right, thank you. That was easy.